It took 54 years to get there, but it was worth the wait.
The waiting is over. The New York Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions.
Tonight, we recognize a glorious season 25 years later. Oh baby, did that music sound great. And how cool is this? The legends of '94 meeting the current Rangers, and they can dream about what it would be like one day if they could pull off what they did 25 years ago. June 14th, 1994, for so many of us, one of the great days in our lives. And we begin, as we always do, under the iconic ceiling and bright lights of Madison Square Garden in New York. Good evening, everybody. I'm Al Trowig on the Chase Bridge. In fact, the entire evening is presented by Chase, and it's time to get things started. Here's Joe Tolleson.
Ladies and gentlemen, to begin our 25th anniversary celebration of the 1994 championship team presented by Chase, please welcome the two voices synonymous with New York Rangers hockey that year, Sam Rosen and John Davidson.
They love you. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to a very special ceremony here at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. And what a thrill to have JD back in the house for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sam. This is absolutely incredible.
Tonight, we honor the 1993-94 Stanley Cup champion New York Rangers. Tonight, we celebrate something that was bigger than all of us, that captured the imagination of this city, that was for many of us in the Rangers family among the greatest moments of our lives, and that inspired an entirely new generation of passionate Rangers fans.
June 14th, 1994. Those of us lucky enough to be right here in this building, or amongst the millions watching riveted on television, will quite simply never forget it. We'll remember it forever. In fact, nothing says it better than one of the most famous signs in sports history. Now I can die in peace. Yes.
Only in New York, JD, only in New York. But the significance of this win was so magnified because of the long wait that preceded it, because of the nail-biting playoff run that could have given all of us a collective nervous breakdown.
Oh, baby, you can say that again. I tell ya.
I will. It could have given us all a collective nervous breakdown. And because of the incredible character of that team that somehow produced hero after hero right when we needed them, the 1993-94 Rangers are a team for the ages, a team we celebrate today with the same awe and excitement we had 25 years ago.
Absolutely. If you recall, we might not have known where it was going to end up, but even during that regular season, we knew it was going to be something special. Do you remember the 14-game unbeaten streak? Mike Richter's franchise record 20-game unbeaten streak. Mark Messier, Brian Leach, Mike Richter, and Adam Graves representing the Rangers at the 1994 All-Star Game right here at the Garden, and Mike Richter being named the game's MVP, most valuable player. Awesome. Adam Graves breaking Vic Hadfield's single-season franchise record for goals with 52. At the time, becoming only the second player in team history to reach the 50-goal plateau. Winning the Atlantic Division, taking first place in the Eastern Conference, and being awarded the President's Trophy for having the best regular season record in the National Hockey League.
And then there was the unforgettable March to the Cup. The sweep of the rival Islanders in the first round. Knocking off the Washington Capitals in 5 games in round 2. Captain Mark Messier's unforgettable "We will win tonight" guarantee prior to Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Final versus the Devils, and then going out and scoring a hat trick for a come-from-behind 4-2 win. Stefan Matteau's series-clinching double overtime winner, sending the Rangers to the Stanley Cup final. And Mike Richter's penalty shot save against Vancouver's star Pavel Bure in Game 4 of the final. Brian Leach becoming the first American-born player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy as the most valuable player of the playoffs. And of course, ending a 54-year drought and hoisting the Stanley Cup as the NHL's 93-94 champion. So many incredible memories. And now Rangerstown, to help us celebrate, please welcome 94 passionate Rangers fans to the ice who will help us salute our heroes.
All right. Let's please welcome members of the 1994 front office and training staff. Director of Team Operations, Matthew Loughran. Director of Communications, Barry Watkins. Massage therapist, Bruce Lafreri. Head Equipment Manager, Mike Fulga. and Head Athletic Director Dave Smith.
At this time, we want to remember Alexander Karpovtsev, who lost his life in a 2011 plane crash in Russia. Alexander began his career with the New York Rangers in 1993-94, and along with our other Russian players, became one of the first 4 Russians to win the Stanley Cup. With us here tonight, representing Alexander, are his wife, Zhana, and his daughter, Stacy. Alexander's name will forever be etched on the Stanley Cup, and he will live in our hearts forever. And now, let's welcome back the members of the 1993-94 Stanley Cup champion New York Rangers. He served as the team's general manager for 11 seasons and the team president for 8 seasons. Please welcome the architect of the 93-94 New York Rangers team, Neil Smith.
One of the Rangers' assistant coaches in 1993-94. He served as an assistant coach with the Blue Shirts for 5 seasons. Welcome, Dick Todd.
One of the Rangers' associate coaches in 1993-94. He later became the Rangers' head coach for 4 seasons. Welcome back, Colin Campbell.
He guided the Rangers to a 52-win, 112-point season in 1993-94, establishing a franchise record in both categories. At the time, as he was the Rangers head coach, please welcome Mike Keenan.
He joined the Rangers in June of 1993 and was a valuable member of the Rangers defensive corps. He scored an important goal in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Number 6, Doug Lidster.
He scored 20 goals in 6 different seasons in his career, including 22 with the Rangers in 1993-94. A 5-time Stanley Cup champion, he was one of the best players ever in the playoffs. Number 10, Esa Tikkanen.
He won the Players' Player Award in 1993-94 for being the Ranger who best exemplified what it meant to be a team player. Welcome back, Eddie Olczyk.
tonight. He played parts of 6 seasons with the Rangers and was a rugged two-way forward who helped shut down the opposition's best players, especially in the playoffs. Please welcome number 13, Sergei Nemchinov.
He was acquired by the Rangers at the trade deadline and provided depth at center throughout the team's playoff run. He was one of the best face-off men in the National Hockey League and took the final face-off in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Number 14, Craig McTavish. See you, Maxie.
He played 9 seasons in the National Hockey League and joined the Rangers prior to the start of the 93-94 season. Number 15, Mike Hudson.
Unfortunately, due to a prior commitment, number 16, Brian Noonan, could not be here tonight. A 15-year NHL veteran who provided invaluable forward depth to the Blue Shirts lineup during the 1993-94 season and played in every game of the playoffs, number 17, Greg Gilbert.
A 9-year NHL veteran, he played parts of 3 seasons with the Rangers. After he was acquired during the 92-93 season, he was always willing to stand up for his teammates. Number 18, Mike Hartman.
An 8-year NHL veteran, he was acquired by the Rangers early in the 1993-94 season and played parts of 3 seasons with the Blue Shirts. A tough, physical player, number 19, Nick Kyprios.
One of the most dynamic defensemen in Rangers history. He led the Blue Shirts with 77 assists, 89 points during the 93-94 season. He added 19 points in 22 games in the playoff, helping us quarterback the Rangers' power play. Number 21, Sergei Zubov.
He played 8 seasons with the Rangers, becoming a fan favorite with his physical play. Paired with Brian Leach for the majority of the 93-94 season, he had 6 assists and was a +17 during the playoffs. Welcome back, number 23, Boot Jeffrey.
An 18-year NHL veteran. He played parts of 4 seasons with the Rangers, and remember this, he played in all 23 playoff games during the team's Stanley Cup run. Defenseman number 24, Jay Wells.
One of the toughest players to ever wear a Rangers jersey. He instantly became a fan favorite and was well respected by his teammates during his tenure in New York. Number 26, Joey Koser.
He was the Rangers' first-round draft pick in 1991. He registered 56 points during the 93-94 season and 21 points in 23 playoff games. Third most points for the Rangers during the Stanley Cup run. Number 27, Alexei Kovalov.
He played 4 seasons with the Blue Shirts and became the first goaltender in Rangers history to earn a win in each of his first 4 appearances with the team. Welcome back, number 30, Glenn Healy.
Acquired by the Rangers at the trade deadline in 93-94, he scored 2 goals in double overtime during the Eastern Conference Finals, including the series-clinching goal in Game 7 to send the Rangers to the Stanley Cup Final. Number 32, Stefan Matteau.
He played his entire 15-year career with the Rangers, and at the time of his retirement was the franchise's all-time leader in wins and appearances by a goaltender. He established a single-season franchise record with 42 wins in 1993-94, and backstopped the team to all 16 wins in the 1994 Stanley Cup playoffs. Number 35, Mike Richter.
A hockey Hall of Famer and 6-time Stanley Cup champion. He was acquired by the Rangers at the trade deadline. He scored 3 goals during the playoffs, including the game-winning goal in Game 2 and Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final. Number 36, Glenn Anderson.
And now, the Rangers' alternate captains. A 6-time Stanley Cup champion, he played 4 seasons with the Rangers. His leadership and defensive play was invaluable to the team's success. Welcome back, number 4, Kevin Lowe.
He scored 60 points in 68 regular season games and 16 points in 23 playoff games. He was on the ice for the final face-off in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Number 28, Steve Larmer.
He played 10 seasons with the Rangers and at the time established a single-season franchise record for goals by scoring 52 during the 1993-94 season. He added 10 goals during the playoffs, including a goal in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. The great number 9, Adam Graves.
He played 17 years with the Rangers and established numerous franchise records. During the 94 playoffs, he led all players with 23 assists, 34 points, while becoming the first American-born player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy as the most valuable player of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Hockey Hall of Famer number 2, Brian Leetch.
Considered one of the greatest leaders in all of sports, a 6-time Stanley Cup champion. He played 10 seasons with the Rangers and became one of the greatest players in franchise history. A Hockey Hall of Famer and New York legend who is known quite simply as the Captain, number 11, Mark Messier. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to honor the 1993-94 New York Rangers championship team. Their character, perseverance, talent, and drive to win epitomized what it means to represent this great city and what it means to be a New York Ranger. They still are our guiding light. Now, let's take a look back 25 years ago at that memorable 1993-94 season.
The waiting is over. Words over a half-century in the making, 54 years to be exact. For the New York Rangers and their loyal and passionate fans, waiting had become a yearly rite of passage. Waiting for years of bad fortunes to change. Waiting for the Stanley Cup to return to the world's most famous arena. Waiting for 1940 to never be said again. And then, in 1994, a group of players embarked on a journey with one destination in mind: winning the Stanley Cup. On the ice, they were the ultimate team, a perfect mix of skill, speed,
and here comes Kovalov, 2-on-1. Kovalov scores!
and toughness.
Larber goes towards Belfour. He scores!
They dominated the NHL.
Shoots, save, break, the rebound,
winning the President's Trophy for having the best regular season record in the league. They captured the hearts and minds of the people of New York. For as much heartache and agony that 54 years of frustration caused, the memories they created will be remembered in this city forever. Records were broken.
He scores 51 goals for Adam Graves, a Rangers record.
Promises were kept.
Mark Messier, do you believe it? Do you believe it? He said we will win Game 6. He has just picked up the hat trick.
Players became heroes, identifiable by only one name.
Metal! 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 Defend Metal! And the Rangers have one more hill to climb, baby!
They created a legacy,
Saved by Rector!
cemented by the banners that hang in the rafters of Madison Square Garden forever.
Lead scores! Ball off to the puck. Now Graves, he scores! Noonan's backhander save, and they score! Messier!
They erased years of anguish. Finally, Rangers fans could die in peace.
The waiting is over! The New York Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions! And this one will last a lifetime!
And that is why, 25 years later, we celebrate them.
Thank you. Wow, that was a beautiful video. I'll be short, I promise. I know these guys over here are itching to get going. Thank you. You guys better be careful, you're gonna make me cry. I was honored to be able to write the letter for you guys in your programs tonight. Thank you for that. It's a lot easier trying to analyze or say the feelings that we had for that year than standing up here and talking about it. But 25 years ago, we stood right here and raised the Stanley Cup. I don't think a lot of people believed that it would ever happen, but with this group of guys right behind us here, we're able to make it happen. I think we were galvanized by a belief that we could, of what was possible, and instead of being paralyzed by the consequences of talking about the Stanley Cup and failing, we embraced the challenge. You know, Mike showed us a video at the start of the year about what it would be like to win the Stanley Cup in the Canyon of Heroes. It became our mantra of what is possible, can we do it, why shouldn't we be able to do it? 25 years ago, and here we are again today. I said to the team earlier today, I said I would never refer to these guys behind me as a group. It's a vogue word now, a group. We were not a group. We weren't even a team. We were a family, and because of that tight-knit family, unfortunately, after 25 years, some things changed, and we lost some people, and we all know Potsy, we miss him so much. Our good friend Babe, love Babe. Benny, where's Chief Downey, or Chief Stephen. McDonald. And of course, Victor Smith. We miss you guys. Wish you were here celebrating with us. As captain, I learned two very valuable lessons pretty early in my career, thankfully. One is to make sure that I organize an unbelievable Halloween party. That was very important. And I did, and we had great Halloween parties every year. The second thing that I learned very early on is whatever we were doing as a team, the wives and the girlfriends were included. And behind every good man behind here is a better woman. We had a great bunch of girls. We had a great bunch of girls, a great bunch of wives. Our green room was the best nightclub in New York City there. It was awesome. You know, lots been written about that year and the conflict that was in the team and drama that surrounded us, but I can tell you, having won championships before, there's not a season that culminates with a Stanley Cup. There isn't some hard times, tough times. And the thing that always got us through those tough times, whether it was a difference in opinion or a philosophy or whatever it was a thing that always trumped everything was our undying, unwavering thirst to win a Stanley Cup, and that trumped everything. And I'd like to thank Stanley Jaffe for his guidance and his passion for the game. Bob, your leadership, the coaches, you know, Mike Keenan, Coley, Dick Todd. Great to see you, Neil. You back in the house, Neil. Great to have you here. And of course, JD and Sam. I knew JD was a great announcer and a great goaltender, but I didn't know he was a psychologist. He talked us all out of the trees all year long, so thank you for that, JD. And lastly, I'll never forget my first game as a Ranger, coming onto the ice and all the captains lining up to shake my hand to welcome me to the Ranger family. And talking to Rod Gilbert and Ron Greshner and Eddie Jacquemin and them and all the great alumni and how happy they were for us that we won the Stanley Cup. There was no animosity towards us. There's no jealousy from them towards us. They were genuinely happy that we were able to win the Stanley Cup. And with that, we turn our attention to the team now. I said to the team before they came out here, I said, we're following you, we're watching you, we love your careers, we love your direction, we want you to win, we want to be there when you host another Stanley Cup to share it with you. We're very proud to be standing here. So. We're very proud of what we are able to accomplish. We're proud to be back here. And I think what we've said for so many years there, the thing that made us so special was a connection that this team and the character of this team, the way we connected with the Ranger fans and the Ranger City. And I think that we were able to share the Stanley Cup together unlike anybody ever since 54 years. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Madison Square Garden for bringing everybody here to share this, and have a great Great night. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. As always, you speak from the heart and touch every Rangers fan. We appreciate it very much again, Mark. And that is quite a family back here. Nice going, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, all of us cherish the memories we have from 1994. We got to witness greatness firsthand in the stories of all of these gentlemen. Their dogged determination to bring us, all of us, the Stanley Cup. Thanks, gang.
The 1993-94 New York Rangers are a legendary group who brought friends and strangers together into one Rangers family and gave us all unforgettable memories that surely will last a lifetime. We are bonded forever. For this, we thank you and we salute you. And now we invite the members of the team and the organization to assemble at center ice for photos. Heroes, the 1993-94 New York Rangers.